Hello, I'm MrTieDye, and today I'm going to do the puzzle piece for Autism Awareness. I've had a few requests for it. The way that I like to do the puzzle piece is to set it sideways on the shirt and then overlap it on the different corners. And what that allows me to do is do 4 ties. So I can tie this straight one, tie it off, tie this one, tie it off, same thing all the way around. By the time you're done, you just have to do a little bit of scrunching and you're ready to put dye on. So basically you just have to kind of draw it on there. I put it at a little bit of an angle and try to bring the flat piece down about the middle of the bottom of the shirt. I leave just a little bit of a space and just freehand a puzzle piece on there. And then from there you're just going to go along each one and tie it off. I'm going to use kite string to tie mine off. So I'm going to start out with this bottom piece and I'm just going to do little accordion folds. So, and the flat piece is of course the easiest one to do. You just zip right along and then we'll move on to the rest of them. Okay. And while I'm at tying this up, I go ahead and scrunch these pieces up just a little bit and tie those off so we don't have to come back later to do those. Okay, there's the first corner done. And I'm going to put just a little X on that one just so that I know that that one is my bottom left corner of the t-shirt. So now we're going to do the next fold. These here get a little bit trickier, but you just have to keep your folds straight. So as we go around the corner, I just kind of manipulate the shirt around so that that line is coming straight at me. Okay, I'm just about through here, so it kind of gets a little tighter depending on how big of an opening. You need to make a nice big opening there. Otherwise it gets all bound up trying to tie this up and keep a little tiny opening there. And by opening I mean the size of the puzzle piece. So this distance here is what I'm talking about, from there to there. If you make that too skinny and you gotta get this big fat piece all wadded up in that little spot, then it gets a little too tight to handle. So as you're drawing, just make sure you leave that space big and wide. Okay. Okay, and this is one of the things you can see on this piece here, how this part here is wadded up. It's because of the distance across there that this t-shirt had to fit in. I don't know how else to explain that, but that's not too bad. But if you make that space too narrow, then this here gets really thick and hard to work with. Let's crunch the rest of this up. Okay, so there's the puzzle piece tee. I'm gonna kind of scrunch this middle up just a little bit tighter, but all of the corner pieces are ready to go. I like to have this just a little bit flatter, so just keep crinkling it in there, making some of these creases a little tighter. And then I have my cuticle pusher here, and that kind of helps me get in there and arrange some of these folds a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, so now I'm going to put just a couple rubber bands on just to make sure that that stays nice and tight in there. A little bit of an angle here. And one more. There. And now we're going to break out some dyes here, and then you can color your 4 pieces. I usually color the center with turquoise, and then the other 4 pieces, corners, you can do whatever. But I've marked the bottom left corner, so I know these are my top 2, bottom 2 corners here. So I'm going to break out the dyes and we'll get this dyed up. Okay, we got our dyes set out. So I'm going to dye the puzzle piece itself in light blue, so I'm just using turquoise for that. So oh, I guess I like to outline stuff. So we're going to start out by outlining the puzzle piece with black. So I'm just going to go right along my lines here. And this is the thick black dye. I do have a video on how to make thick black dye, so you can look that up. I'll also try to put a link to it in the comment section or the description so that you can find it easily. But it's how I make the thick black dye or any other colors that I want to thicken I make the thick water, and then I use that to make the thick black dye. Okay, so I'll dye the other side when we flip it over. But we're going to dye the puzzle piece itself in the light blue, and then I have fire red, lemon yellow, some green that I mixed, and sapphire blue for the corner pieces. Okay, there's the puzzle piece tee. I'll let this set up for 48 hours. I'll wash it, and then I'll complete this video, and you'll see the results at the end just like magic. Thank you for watching. Please like and share my videos.